Welcome to the Career Cafe, a place where teenagers ask experts. Today we'll be discussing the insides of filmmaking over some cold coffee. We will cover the opportunities and scope of filmmaking as a career, the stages of filmmaking, and discussion about the challenges in this episode. I am your host, Rashi Jain, for the filmmaking episode, and I look forward to getting answers to all your questions. Today, I have invited Kritesh Agarwal as a filmmaking expert. He is a filmmaker and an entrepreneur. He is also the founder of Rising Passion Private Limited, and we look forward to discussing your questions with him. I'm glad that you were able to join us today. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's honored to be a part of this podcast. I'm absolutely good. You tell me.
Good as well. Thank you so much. And as you know, I did tell you before that we are making a survey where we collect some very interesting questions, and we got pretty good amount of questions based on filmmaking. And I think this particular one question should be addressed first. So the first question is, what is filmmaking and what are its stages?
Okay, that sounds like I'm taking a filmmaking class. But yeah, so filmmaking is a broader term, which is primarily divided into three sectors. That is pre-production, production, and post-production. Fine. So in pre-production, we includes everything, which is generating an idea, converting that idea into a script, that script into a technical storyboarding to shoot on on the physical ground. We cast actors, we search for the locations, we search for the production crew, we hire the makeup artists, a lot of people. So that's a part of the pre-production activities. Once you're done with everything, basically I feel like pre-production is a main element of filmmaking, which takes 50% of the film work, right? And then once you're done with everything, you go to the production stage where we hire the actors, we have actors on board, we have DOP, everybody, and then we shoot it. Once we shot everything, we get the content, and that content is now available at post production table, where we do the editing, we do the marketing stuff, we do all the color gradings, everything. Like everything is included in the post production. So that's how a final product comes out, and it's a long process, I should say. Customize as per the project. If there's a short film, it might be a small. If there's a feature film, it might take 3 years, 2 years, 10 years. So yeah, etc. etc.
Well, I'm sure like you might have faced a lot of challenges while making a film. There might be a lot of areas where you might have faced difficulties doing something or the other while making a film. So, what do you think is the most challenging thing in a filmmaking cut?
Okay, so basically, I feel challenge is there in every sector. Like it's in filmmaking, also in everywhere. In filmmaking, for me, the main challenge is to hire the professional and the clear people. There are hundreds of people at the initial stage. They are very much excited. Oh my god, sir, I really want to do filmmaking. I am passionate about it. I want to do it since my childhood. When I born, my father was saying ki you are made for the film material or whatever. But it is not right. When you actually go on ground and when you get this reality key, every profession has a time, that is 5 hours or 6 hours of working. And when it talks about films, so it is a 12 hours call time, 12 hours on the set. And prior you have to reach, you have to prepare, and after that you have to sum up. So that is almost 14 hours shift. And sometimes when we take the 1.5 shift, so it takes for 18 hours shooting, and then you have to get ready for the next day, and that's a very lethargic, that's very exhausting. And I filmmaking is, it needs a lot of discipline. Like we have to sit for hours and hours. We have to fight on just single topic, that's called brainstorming, and a lot of things. But person who was earlier very much passionate for a filmmaking is now not ready to give that time. Now he or she is like, oh, I'm so sorry, I was busy there, I have a function at home, I was sick, I cannot work for so long, etc., etc. And that's actually a biggest problem. So that commitment is, I think that's the major challenge. uh, to have anybody in your team, the commitment that you have for the same project, that is absolutely required for, like, from all the team members. So
Yeah,
that's I
personal engagement, right?
yeah, so that engagement from everybody from your team at the same level of commitment that you have is absolutely a challenge, I guess. That's the biggest challenge. And if you get a good team, then if you find a biggest problem on the set, you can sort it out because you have a good team. Yeah.
That's actually, yeah, I've heard that's actually very challenging. So
Because filmmaking is a teamwork, right? And when it comes to the team, so you have a different mind, different people, and you have to manage all of them.
So the next question is, how do you cast actors for a film? Like, you might be finding it difficult to, look for the proper character which you're looking for. You have to like go everywhere and find that traits and everything. How do you do that? Like, is there a
No, no,
kind
no.
of process or something?
Yeah, so basically it's such a easy process, don't worry about it. It's a process. You'll get actors like anywhere in Jaipur, in every city. But if you need a professional actors, then there is a thing which is we called casting director. So there's a guy who manage or who has a complete bank of artists, who has a proper portfolios and a proper list of the artists, those who are good with the acting, with their measurements, with their looks, with their introduction link, with their work link, and you can just share your demand for your film, and they'll assign you. And then further you can shortlist them, like out of 10, 15, you can have 2 or 3, and you can call them, you can have a look test, you can have that audition physically. That's completely easy task. So that's not a big challenge actually, I guess. Casting is such a easy process because everybody wants to be an actor. But yes, it's challenging when you are doing a biopic of someone. For example, if you see Sanju, so Rajkumar Hirani was absolutely struggling to find out Sanju in Ranbir Kapoor. So earlier he was finding for the actor. When Ranbir Kapoor was ready to do it, then they were struggling for the looks. So they have to hire so many makeup artists. They have to trial so many things. So that's absolutely depends on the project to project. But primarily, for the project which we do generally, is casting is not big challenge.
So, what's your biggest accomplishment? What do you think you've achieved the most through this career of yours?
So I got confused with your question. What people think or what I think?
What do you think in your, you have this in your career that you are very proud of this achievement, this particular achievement in filmmaking, and you give this as an example to everyone whoever is doing filmmaking?
Clarity of goal. I'm clear about my career. I'm very much clear. That's the biggest achievement. At the age of my beginning, like early school time, I was clear that what I want to do. And from day one, I'm absolutely running in the single direction to achieve my target. I'm not here. I'm not roaming here and there. And that's the biggest achievement, I guess. That's the thing which, if a person gets, then he or she can do anything. Yeah, that's the biggest achievement.
Okay, and what, like, any kind of movies you've done which you think is like one particular movie you've casted in or maybe directed that you think is the best one out of any other you've done?
So that's a very interesting incident I would like to share. I was in FTI, Film and Television Institute of India, Pune. I was there, doing their crash course of script writing,
Oh, okay.
and I did when I was 18 years old. I just completed my schooling and I started doing it. So I was like, that was a surprising element because they chose only 24 people out of like almost 100 applications, and in that 24 people, I was the youngest one. We had a people who was 60 years old, 40 years old. Then we had a professionals also from Mumbai, from Bhopal, from everywhere. But I was the youngest one. I was just 18, right? And just after me there was a guy who was 23. So that was the age difference. So you can understand my IQ level and everything. And my faculty was Aruna Raj madam. She's again FTI graduate, and Shaumil Raj sir. And she was 70 years old. So you can understand the IQ difference. But still, And at that time, because I met so many passionate filmmakers, I was like crazy about making film. And at that time, I decided to make a film. So we did this course in July, and I shot a film in August. I
Oh,
was and that was a moment. At that time, I have no clue what is short division, what is pre-production. I have no clue. I had a story, because I was very active and I have a lot of friends, so I cast few people and I shot it. So that was a film which I shot, is in theatrical style. You might have heard about George Mallius and Dada Saab Phalke, who shot their early films in like 1902 or 1913. They shot in the theatrical manner. The camera is static and the characters are performing. So I did in that way, but I made a film, and I feel that is the biggest achievement. I started. I didn't wait for anyone.
I mean, that's amazing. Like, just like 1 month. Oh my god, that's really good.
Yeah. So I did that, and we completed our course on 31st of July, and I shot a film on 12th August. So that's an achievement. And yeah, so that's my first project. And after that, we did a documentary on Banjara. We targeted Padmashri Gulabu Sapera in that documentary. Then I did Anubhuti. It's a story of a molested mind in 2019. Then I was a part of a Bollywood film, Crispy Rishte, which is about to come, and I did as a director assistant there. So it is a great achievement. And then I got a chance to work with RSVP Movies, Reverie Production. So there I did a project Mismatch as a feature cast. So it is available on Netflix. So these are the different projects. Still, I'm shooting some films for like some good platform. I recently did a film Blooming in Rust with National School of Drama like alumni as an actor. So and that is about to come. That's ready for the festival. So yeah, that's all I'm
Very
doing.
glad I'm talking to you right now.
Oh come on, that's completely it's just that's what I'm saying. It's only because I'm clear about my career. It's clear about my target, and I own this production house, Rising Passion Productions. It's a private limited firm which is in Jaipur. We have a 6 floors building where we have the recording studio, workshop area, the shooting studio, everything. That's all because I was clear when I was in 18 and I want to make this. And I'm not saying because abhi kehna hai. I'm like just to say. I'm not saying that. I'm saying because I mean it.
So, the next question is, if like you could, talk about your experiences as a director and as an actor. Like, there might be, difference between the two. You might have faced challenges in both the areas. So, if you could like share a small experience in both the areas, if that's possible.
As an actor, every actor has its own limitations and qualities. So if I talk about me, so I am not very versatile actor. Okay, that's my limitation. Like Ranbir Kapoor is very versatile. You can see his variations in so many projects. I'm an actor. I can do well in the method acting. I can do well, but I have a certain style of mine. Okay, I cannot fit in everything, or maybe it's too early to say because I'm in just 21 years old. So I cannot say that ki I cannot do it. Maybe I'm still learning, so soon I would able to do it. Till date I have not done that experiment with me yet. So that's my limitation. But I feel, being an actor, you should be ready for every challenge, and though I am. And lot of time, recently when we were shooting on this 17th of December in Jaipur, it's too cold, and morning 3 a.m shot was there. And I was like, it's a too early, I think 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. And I was, just in one normal t-shirt, because that is the demand of the film. So you have to bear with the weather, you have to bear with your everything, like everything. That's the biggest challenge for actor. Being a director, as I am an actor also, so sometimes it's a frustration when you are expecting when you're sitting on a screen and watching to an actor performing, and you are not getting what you are assuming, or what you have visualized. So you're like, oh my god, what is happening, dude, what are you doing? And like then the short tempo is coming, and then sometimes it happens I'm going on the location, and just trying to say that do it like this. I try to demonstrate them like what to do, how to do. So that's absolutely not fit as a director sometimes. And sometimes it is helpful because you are an actor, so you know how to get that from the actor. And being a director, it's very challenging. Whatever you have planned on the table, on your pre-production stage, to execute exactly on the production stage and to continue it and to have it on the post production exactly. That's absolutely challenging. Because recently, when we were shooting a film, we had a very senior actor, and during the set, there was a choreography of the scene in which he got injured, and he's 60 years old. So he got his head injury, and we were already scheduled a lot of things parallelly. So that is a challenge. You how to do that. Now you don't have the dates for other actors. How to compile it all together. So that's a very biggest challenge. That whatever you plan on the day one, you should execute till the end. That's a challenge. And what people do, people start compromising it after a certain time, and that's not good for a director. So I feel, stop compromising, focus and be clear what you want, and try to get exactly that by the end.
So, like at the end, the director role is a little challenging than the actor role. I mean, like I'm not saying like both of them, like the actor role is like very easy, but I believe the director one is a little challenging,
it's
more
it,
challenging.
it's hard to comment. I won't do that. I cannot, otherwise my director will beat me. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, the co-actors will beat me, okay, so you mean that we are not doing anything? Fine, let's see on the set. So I won't do that, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. So I mean, as a teenager, I feel like at this age, like you said that you were 18 when you started with filmmaking. So at this age, I feel that what I'm doing right now. If I'm like going under filmmaking, then I think that maybe I am not doing it right, or maybe I'm not on the right path. But what was like the thing? Like, when did you realize that this is the career I want to be in? Like, you were like sure about this, that this is made for me, and I am on the right path right now. Like, I'm meant for this.
So for this question, I have two answers. One is the mythological answer, and one is the real
That's
experience answer. So, see, the thing is, as per the mythology, if you're doing anything, stop. कर्म की चिंता मत करो. भगवत गीता में लिखा है. So follow the Bhagavad Gita. Karma navadi ke raste ma fadeshu. Chala. I'm so sorry about the Sanskrit term, but it means that the Bhagavad Gita shlok, which means that focus on your work. Don't bothering or don't care about the final product which will be given by the god. That is, let's drop it on the god. But to be honest, if you're passionate for something, point number one. Point number two, if you are working and if you're hardworking for the same. Point number three, if you are continuously doing it without stopping, without any sort of shortcuts, trust me, you will get the success. And once you get that success, you automatically realize that I'm on the right stage. But very important factor is you should be consistent to that. What we do, we are very short tempered. In the filmmaking, if you want to be a good filmmaker, make sure you are patient. You have a good patience. That is the main key element. Okay, if you are patient, if you have patience, if you are ready to face all the challenges, and if you are determined for the same thing, then nobody can stop you. That's what I felt. And yeah, so I was very lucky. I won't say ki I did so many efforts. I had a food on the zebra crossing or kind of that. That's nothing like that. I was lucky because when I was 18, I did FTI course, then I did a film, and just after that, through some reference, I got a good director, and I directly got a chance to work in a good feature film. So that's how I was so lucky. So I didn't do that struggle, right? So I got that ki, okay, I'm the right track. But yes, in general, right track is be on the same route. Step one. Step two, start doing it continuously every day with full discipline. Two. Three, stop listening others. Switch off your ears. That's the main thing. Fine. You do that, start doing it. You might have heard a very interesting story, Rashi. There's a story where there was two mouse and they were climbing on a mountain. So one was actually he has plugged something in his ears, and another was running. So though the another one who was not running with the earplugs, he was absolutely running with very fast, but he because his ears was open, so people other friends were saying, "Arey, you cannot do it, you cannot do it, this is too hard." That's all they were saying. They were continuously demotivating. So the person who has a potential, who has that energy to do that, but he couldn't because he was listening to the others. And the person who was very much focused, determined, and very clear about it, he reached. So that's the very simple example of the mouse, but it is applicable in every field of the life. And yeah.
Actually, like I'm not gonna lie, this is like a very inspirational, answer I've actually received ever. I'm like really, really, really glad.
I'm thankful that I could inspire, though I have nothing to inspire, but yeah,
You
thank
actually
you.
did like a lot of things.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So, who do you think is your supporter, your motivator when you started with your filmmaking career? Or, like your parents or someone who is constantly with you, supporting you for this, in spite of any of challenges you had.
So, if we talk about motivator, so there is not a single motivator, and I guess everybody can relate with it. We have different coach, different gurus, different mentors at every stage of the life. When I did a theater, okay, so I have a different teachers. When I did a dance, so when even dance, I did a folk dance degree, so I had a different teacher. Okay, when I did a this grooves and whacking or the LA salsa and everything, so that I had a different dance teacher. So that is now different coach. When I did horse riding, so I am a horse rider, I did this, so I had a different coach. Okay, so every time there is a different motivation, different goals, different inspirations. So yeah, every time we have different one. Point number one. Point number two, motivation. So I won't say lie, but I am motivated to myself. Why? Because I keep saying that ki Kritesh, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, and my body, my brain, my mind is always ready to respond me. But I'm inspired with Pramukh Swami Maharaj. He is my guru. He's my idol. He is the president of BAPS Swaminarayan Sansthan. So yeah, I have a spiritual mode also. I am very much inspired because Dr. Kalam also has said for him that he is the ultimate spiritual guru. Even Dr. Kalam follow him. He wrote his last book of his life on him, Transcend. So the Pramukh Swami says, "In the goods of others lies our own. In the goods of others lies our own," and that's our only motivation. Because sometimes what happens, there are some cases or some incidents in your life where you get better opportunity, but at that time you have to ditch someone else, or you have to do something harm to a person, or you have to cheat with someone to grab this opportunity. But because my guru says that, in the goods of others lies our own, so be focused and do it if it is not harming others. So I did that, and everybody stopped supporting me. So that's my biggest achievement and my inspiration. Rest though, I'm inspired by my own. And about family, that is very important. Everybody says, and that's a very common question in filmmaking career, my family, my parents are not supporting. That's very difficult. So guys, even my father, my mother was not supporting. But when I start doing it, when I try to give them results, they are now supporting, they are helping me out, they feel proud that their son is a filmmaker. So that's in your hands. If you do hard work, so one day you can make them feel proud, and I'm sure you can do it.
That's lovely. So, is there any kind of advice you would like to give the young filmmakers out there?
I think this lecture is being as a this audio clip is being as a very inspirational, motivational only. Though I don't know, I and guys, I honestly I'm saying I'm not prepared. See, I have no notes. You can see that I'm continuously looking at you. I have nothing. So it's just coming from inside, and I think for an inspiration, stop looking outside. I have I have a different aspect, a different what we call this. I have a different eyesight for everything. So that's I feel stop looking inspiration or motivation from outside. Look inside. What we do, we always try to outsource everything. you will start insourcing or start looking inside yourself, inside looking for your own potential, trust me, you are the biggest motivator for yourself, because nobody knows what all best qualities you have. Nobody can understand what all potential and energy level that you have, that you know. So why are you not getting inspired? Hi Kritesh, oh my god Kritesh, you have such a great potential. What? Wow, at the age of 21 you did this. Great, you can do it. At the age of 25 you have to do this. So that's the motivation for me. Every day when I do, I try to celebrate it, because I am happy. People can say he's a self-obsessed, he's proud, but that's not like that. I celebrate my success, and because I do that, so my body, my mind, my soul has now, it's now habitual to have that, success and that pride. So it start pushing me in that direction. So this happens. But as you asked me, so I would like to say, guys, be clear and have one goal, have one map in your mind. If you don't have a goal, if you don't have a map, you will again roaming here and there. You won't reach anywhere. You are just wasting your energy. So be most important thing in your life is have a bigger picture in your life, and try to chop in small pieces and try to achieve it. And then one day I'm sure you will achieve a bigger picture also. So that's the only thing which I feel I am following, and that everybody can do it.
Well, that was the last question. Thank you so much for your incredible insights. We appreciate you joining us today.
I believe that the discussion was insightful, and I hope my listeners feel so as well. As for the next episode, we'll be inviting a history expert over for some glazed donut. And if that is something you're interested in, we hope to see you back at the Career Cafe. Until then, please do leave your reviews and share this podcast. And to learn more, please follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook page. We would love to know more about our listeners.